Everyone is passionate about something, whether it's comics or Pokemon, movies, or your favorite sport. In this podcast, we talk about many things. Mostly, we delve into comics and comic-related subjects. Come with us and find out if you're in love with a nerd.
God, I'm in love with a nerd.
Hello, and welcome to You're in Love with a Nerd. I'm Travis, and with me is Jenn.
Hi.
Hi, how's it
You're
going?
just going to leave me hanging like that? You say one statement and then, hello, everybody, and we start?
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you... Are you referring to something that happened before we started recording?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that world doesn't exist.
I know.
It's only the here and now.
I need to get caught up.
I was hinting at spoilers for the latest issue of Saga. Or was I?
I don't know, because we saw the pink one like way early, so.
All right. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I have notes. I
Notes?
am prepared.
You pre-prepared something?
I did.
Pre-prepared?
Sure. I'm pretty sure prepared is pre-prepared,
Yeah,
but you know.
Kind of like saying, now I just sound like an idiot.
Or my favorite when God, I don't even remember for how long we were together before you finally broke me of the habit of asking if you wanted me to thaw the chicken.
Yeah. When I would just like, no, I don't want you to put it back in the freezer.
Yeah.
Because that's unthawing meat. Is just putting it in the freezer to freeze.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you do all the cooking.
Well, that's not cooking. That's pre-preparing.
Pre-preparing.
So, hey, did you read anything cool this week? Too late.
Yeah, I don't
You're too
remember what
slow.
I read this week.
Why aren't you reading stuff?
I did.
I'm disappointed in you.
What did I read? Oh, okay, so I think I talked about this last week where I was on, I did, where I was just on my autism chaos mode where I just start something and abandon it, and that has been my reading as well. I had 35 books started at the beginning of the week. I just kept reading 5 pages and starting something else. I did reread all the Dresden comics though. But that's about it.
Oh,
I've just been starting and rereading. I don't know. So nothing new. I don't think I've finished. Oh, I read a queer retelling of Rapunzel called The Witch and the Vampire that just came out, and it was really good. It was a village of witches protect everybody from the vampires, and this girl is locked in a tower, and her mom is a vampire but's got everybody convinced she's a witch, and she gets out, and her and the witch go on a quest to they each have their own ulterior motives for why they're questing, and it's all about how those worlds collide, and it was really good. I liked it.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What did you read?
Was that a proper book or was
Yeah,
that
proper. I listened to the audiobook, and it wasn't smutty. It was a YA, so I do like that I have to clarify with everything. And even my reading group, they were like, okay, do you recommend this as an adults only capacity? And I was like, no, there's no sex. Not everything I read has monsters fucking in it, okay? Just most, but not everything.
Huh, nice. So I read some cool ones. I got caught up. I read the latest Saga.
Okay, I am behind on that.
And
Weird.
if you notice, I'm leaning into a weird mic. It's because last show we had Val on, and I was too lazy to set up the mics again. And we're just recording this right after they left. We watched some music videos, and then they went back inside. But yeah, I caught up on Saga. I teased Anna at work relentlessly because she kept forgetting to pick up her copy,
Oh no.
and she was very excited about reading it. So I told her that I was going to start texting her random frames from the comic, but not actually that one. I was just going to start sending like panels from random comics and telling her that it was from that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But she she texted me earlier today and said that she totally didn't just buy it. She bought it the previous day and took it home and read it. So I started like talking about how the Cookie Monster showed up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that part." But I did read another one called Hairball.
Was it a cat one?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, it's a dark one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's this kid gets adopted by this couple, and the kid is like seeing therapy. She's got some health problems, and so it kind of the parents start fighting more and more, and they start blaming each other and blaming the kid. And but on the same day that the kid came home, sorry, I just hit the table. If you don't acknowledge it, we can just edit it out and nobody will ever know, except for now that I'm telling on myself. But on the same day that the kid came home, this cat showed up, so they let the kid keep the cat, and then the cat starts talking to the kid.
Oh no.
And coughs up these weird little worm things that like start affecting her, and then all this different stuff happens with the cat, and the cat's gonna change things.
Ooh. It's kind of like the dollhouse, the one where like the parents start fighting and the kids' dolls like start telling them what to do.
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see where that's going.
Yeah.
But the first issue of that came out this week. The first
Did you bring it home?
I did not.
Because now I want to read it.
Well, maybe we'll have to bring it home.
There you go.
I didn't just read it at work like a horrible person. And then the Marvel Planet of the Apes came out this week.
That one looked good.
I forget who was doing it before, but Marvel has it now again. And
I think it was Dynamite.
Maybe. But yeah, it kind of has a weird format. It has one of those like jump around time kind of thing. It gives you the premise, and then it jumps back a year, and then back a year, and back a year. And it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. It kind of follows this team that's transporting some simians to a research facility, because they're going with the premise that it's they were trying to cure Alzheimer's, and then it ended up developing into a virus that became a pandemic, and now all these people are blaming the apes instead of the people that were
infecting the apes.
Yeah. So you got
As
this
we
terrorist group that's trying to like eliminate all the apes, and then there's some soldiers trying to protect them long enough that we could isolate, because the apes are immune to the virus, but it's also making them smarter, as you know, if you've ever watched a Planet of the Apes movie or read the books or anything. I haven't read the books, so I don't know how close it is to the original ones. I just remember going over to my friend's house as a kid and watching the old Charlton Heston ones.
Yeah.
He was always, his dad was always sitting in the living room drinking a Coors, watching Planet of the Apes.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen it all the way through.
Like any of them?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought the new ones were pretty good. But you know, I was always kind of partial to the Charlton Heston ones.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Right.
I guess, was he in more than just the first one? Because Planet of the Apes, and then like Below the Planet of the Apes, and like Battle for the Planet of the Apes, or something like that.
Isn't Marky Mark in the new ones?
Yeah. And then
That's why I didn't watch them.
there was a Lost one that Tim Burton did. That doesn't have anything to do with either one of them. That actually had Charlton Heston in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He played an ape.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool though.
Where he got to reverse his line from the original, where he's like, "Get your damn dirty paws off me," or "Get your paws off me, you damn dirty ape." That's what he got to yell that at a human this time.
Nice. That's kind of cool though.
Yeah. Other than that, I picked up the second hardcover of I Hate Fairyland. So I was going to read that so I can read the new story arc of her.
I'm loving the new one. Like, I haven't read the first one, but I'm loving volume 2 or story 2 or
You haven't read the original run?
No.
You're just starting from.
I just started from the new one. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I thought it was the original when you started bringing them home, and so I just started reading them, and it tells you what you need. Like, it's like, girl trapped, had to fight her way through. What else do you need to know?
It's fun to go on.
100%, and I will go back and read volume 1, but I just started with the second story arc, and it is glorious. And it made me want to go back and read the first one. But I loved his he did the one with the kid and the thunder.
Middle West.
Middle West. I really liked that one, and I haven't read a ton of the Scotty Young stuff.
I thought you were gonna go for Bully Wars.
Oh, I didn't actually read Bully Wars.
Oh.
I read Middle West, and then I read another one. I don't remember what it was. I don't know, but I didn't read Bully Wars. What's the one about like the cow and the aliens and the... It's an alien abduction, and there's something wrong with the cows. And that's how they knew that it was an alien, is like they'd look and the cows look different. And then people were like, what the heck is going on? And it was kind of like, I don't know. And then there was the one, and I might be mixing the two of them up, but with the storybook one, where like they were like fairy tale people, and I don't know.
There's a lot like that.
Yeah, it's hard to like. I can see the art and Lollipop Kids.
Oh yeah.
That one. That was a hit. That was a Scotty Young, right?
I don't think so.
Oh. It kind of had that feel to it, like...
Yeah, it kind of had that feel.
Almost like a Kids on Bikes, and his artwork is very, like, specific, and I love all of his covers.
Yeah. I had a guy that specifically wanted all of the Scotty Young covers.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, are you sure?
That's a lot of covers.
He does a lot of covers. And then he eventually stopped coming in to pick up his stuff, so I stopped pulling them for him.
Yeah, it's a lot of covers.
So what are we talking about today?
All right, so it's a little bit complicated, but we talked about doing like a what if sort of thing, like a who would win or whatever. So I've got a ranking system going on. And so I picked different categories. Okay, so like a sword fighting category, right?
Okay.
And I picked an anime, a Marvel, a DC, and like a literature one, like either a movie or a book or like Dresden or Buffy or whatever, right? Like not necessarily comic related at all. And what I did is, so like the first category is sword fighters, okay? So I Googled top 10 best anime sword fighters, and I started at number 1, and I just kept going until I got to the closest to the best that we both knew. Okay?
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a number 1, but like as close to number 1 as I could get that we both knew who they were, so that we could have like an educated guess, right?
Okay.
All right, so your 4 choices, and you got to rank them. So the internet says the best sword fighters are Uhara from Bleach, Mr. Hattenclogs,
Okay.
Geralt from Witcher, Blade, or Ra's al Ghul. So who do you think is the best of those 4?
Of those 4?
Yeah, or do you want to start with best or worst? Like, how would you rank those 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 being best, 4 being worst.
I don't know. Because none of those guys are even ones that came to mind when you said sword fighter.
But that's what that starting at number 1 on like anime, I just kept going up until I got one that we both knew.
Okay.
And so like it happened to be Uhara.
All right. Yeah, I'd have to say that he would definitely either give Ra's al Ghul a run for his money or beat him.
Oh, 100%. I think Ra's is in 4th place on this list. And
You
it
think
breaks
so?
my DC heart, but I think Ra's, even being immortal, like, and getting to go, like, hang out in the Lazarus pit, I still think he's at the bottom. Like, compared to Blade and The Witcher.
I've never really read much, like pretty much anything with Blade in it.
Oh, okay.
I've only my only experience with Blade is the movies.
Right. But even then, he's part vampire. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't know. But Ra's also uses a different kind of sword. So does that impact it? Because, like, these are all 4 different types of swords. Because, like, Geralt is more like a broadsword.
Yeah.
And then you got Blade. Well, I guess Blade and Uhara would use almost like the samurai swords.
Yeah.
And then Ra's is like the big scimitar? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
The curved one? So I don't know. They're all different types of blades.
Yeah.
So of those 4, you think Uhara's going to take it?
Probably.
Mr. Hattenclogs?
Yeah.
I think he's definitely like the underestimated of the like. They don't necessarily think he's as tough as he's the Michelangelo of the turtles, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Comes across as a slacker, but he's really not.
Right, like, and same with the logic of Michelangelo. Like, he's the toughest Ninja Turtle because he can hold his own while being an absolute goof off.
Yeah.
So he can hold his own while goofing. Plus, they fight demons. Well, I guess Geralt fights, like, Eastern European monsters, which is just as scary.
Yeah.
I think those 2 would probably be my top 2. Like, I don't know that I necessarily could pick one or the other, but I think that would
probably.
be a good fight.
I would have gone with like Goblin Slayer or Fran from Reincarnated as a Sword.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, she wasn't on the list at all.
Well, that is a stupid list.
Yeah, that is a bad list, because you're right. But she wasn't on the list. Like, 1 was, like, somebody from Vinland Saga. And, like, number 2 was somebody from... I forgot. I don't remember. But, yeah, like, there were a bunch of names that I didn't know. And there was, like, stuff from, like, Black Butler. And I know I didn't watch a lot of Black Butler, but I didn't think they had sword fights in Black Butler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What about Black Star?
That's a different category.
A different category?
I do have a black star in one of them, though.
Oh, jeez. All right.
All right, ready?
Okay.
Magic users.
Magic users?
For anime, the first one that we both knew, and I loosely use this one because I had heard of the name, but I don't know a lot about him, but Rimuru.
Okay, yeah.
Magic users for DC made me mad, but the best one I could find was Zatanna. Like, it was all like Dr. Fate and stuff like that. So Zatanna. They said the best Marvel magic user is Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even find a list of this one, but I just picked Dresden because I thought that'd be a funny mix. and
Yeah.
and I love Dresden, but like he's getting his ass handed to him. Like, no, there's no way around it. He is losing to these people. But
Yeah. Yeah. Dresden going against the Sorcerer Supreme.
and backwards Zatanna, he wouldn't want to like he's got that weird like don't hit a girl thing, and so Zatanna would wipe the floor with him.
Yeah. Well,
And Rimuru looks like a kid, so like, Dresden's done.
Rimuru likes to avoid fighting as much as he can, but if he's got if they've got to go into battle, then they go all out.
Yeah.
But magic wasn't on that list.
There was the list, but like we knew the number one, so I stopped.
Oh, okay.
Right, like but magic was on there. I think magic was like 3 or 4 because it was
Okay.
like Doctor Strange, and then like somebody I didn't know, and then magic, and then I don't know. I don't remember all of them, but like if we knew who number one was, like both of us, I stopped and didn't keep looking at the list.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Because I would like to see a battle between magic and Doctor Strange.
well, and like Doctor Strange, like I think Dresden could hold his own with Doctor Strange. I really do, because Dresden has no pride, right?
Yeah.
Like in the sense of like that weird ego that some people get. Dresden doesn't necessarily have it. Like he knows that he's out of his weight class, and he fights the Fae. And it's kind of a spoiler for later Dresden, but this happened years and years ago. But eventually Dresden becomes the Winter Knight. So he becomes a Fae entity, which gives him a lot more power. And so I think Dresden could take Strange, even just as Dresden, because Doctor Strange has an ego the size of Texas. And he thinks he would underestimate Dresden because he's just a person.
Yeah, he's just some dude, and he's usually pretty disheveled too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Beat up car and
beat up car,
like
and
electronics
a hockey
and
stick and
right. Like so, I think that Doctor Strange would underestimate Dresden, and I think Dresden would take him. I really do. I think it would be hard. I think Dresden would not come out very well, but I think he could.
But he never does he?
No, he always gets his ass kicked.
He's kind of like, well, a lot of heroes. They win in the end, but they always get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This one was really hard. I picked bow users. And I had a really hard time with Marvel because I realized I don't know very many Marvel bow users. And so then I tried to stretch it even more, but they still had Hawkeye as top 3.
Yeah.
So Hawkeye. For DC, we got Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that I agree with, but that he was number 1. For literature, I picked Robin Hood.
Why wouldn't you agree with?
I don't know. I just think maybe I haven't read enough Green Arrow, but even Batman shoots as accurate as Green Arrow in the stuff I've read. Like everybody in DC hits their target, and Green Arrow just hits his target. Does that make sense?
Yeah. If Drew was here, he could definitely
probably
lecture you.
I'm sure, and I'm sure there's Green Arrow fans out there that know way more than I do. But everything I've ever read in, Batman picks up his bow and uses it. Superman picks up his bow and uses it. Black Canary uses his bow constantly.
Yeah.
She took his mantle on. No, she took the mantle of Green Lantern on. But
the only Green Arrow that I've really read, and it wasn't even Green Arrow, is when he showed up in The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
And
okay, and that incredibly badass with one arm. Okay, I stand corrected. Green Arrow. Oops, sorry. And then for anime, the only one they had the guy from Bleach that played that used the arrows, but I picked Kagome. She was higher than him. So, but
Shut up, Cabot, man.
Right? Like, she was ranked higher than the guy from Bleach. But, like, I realize there's not a lot of bow users that I know. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even think of any different ones to put on the list.
Oh, what was the guy's name in Princess Mononoke?
Oh, yeah, he was on the list. He was right above Kagome. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. The not Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, the not Princess Mononoke. I'm going to go with Robin Hood for me just because it's Robin Hood and I have a soft spot for Robin Hood. But
yeah, whatever.
And it's the fox that's winning.
Specifically that.
Yeah, specifically that Robin Hood.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know. I don't know the others very well. But yeah, Green Arrow with only one arm. Like, imagine when he could do it too. So I'm down with that one too. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, probably the same.
Like, the bow one is hard, right?
I'm gonna go with Kagome.
Okay. So then I was like, okay, so I don't know anybody that shoots a bow and arrow, but if we put guns in the mix, I get to pick Red Hood. So I didn't even Google the DC list because, like, I know that there's like the guy from Suicide Squad, the movie that Will Smith played in.
Deadshot.
Yeah, he would probably outshoot the Red Hood, and so would the other one that like fights Robin in Teen Titans, Slade. I know he's more so sword, right?
Yeah, he's mostly sword, but he's like.
But yeah, just about anybody. But Red Hood is who I'm picking to represent DC. For anime, number 1 in almost every list I looked at was Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. They didn't go with Vash the Stampede.
He was number 2.
Really?
Yeah, they did Vash as number 2, and
Spike was
number 1. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm wondering if it's because of the new movie, the new like they just redid Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
The live action.
But they just redid Trigun too.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Huh, I don't know.
They didn't call it Trigun. It's just called Vash.
Yeah. And then I picked John Wick as our lit movie one just because that movie's on my mind. And I don't know how accurate John Wick is, if it's just pure rage and he just has a lot of bullets, or if he's actually accurate. But
he's pretty accurate. He gets it done.
Yeah. But I think John Wick and Red Hood, I think, fall under the same category of if I had that much ammo, I could hit my target too. So...
Yeah. But I'd have to go with Spike.
He seems to be a little bit more, like, actually talented than the other people.
Since Vash isn't on the list.
Oh, yeah, and Marvel, I forgot to say the Marvel one. Bishop is who they picked.
Bishop?
Yeah, Bishop.
All right.
It was hard to find Marvel gun users on the list, though.
Frank Castle wasn't on it?
He was on the list, but he was after Bishop.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I have Castle under a different one, so.
Okay.
I picked a category just for him. But yeah, so they had Spike, Red Hood, Bishop, and John Wick were the ones I could find.
Okay.
I don't know. All right. I had to put my Batman in. So, best detective.
Best detective, specifically.
Right. So, best detective. So, anime, they said L from Death Note. And, yeah, he's smart, but he's annoying as hell. So, I think he automatically loses.
He sits weird in chairs, so screw him.
But is he weirder than the Marvel choice of Howard the Duck?
No one's better than Howard the Duck.
Batman. And then... I couldn't think of any, like I tried so hard to find somebody online that didn't say Sherlock Holmes, but everybody said Sherlock Holmes. And I couldn't even find any other, like, literature detectives. Like, it was all just Sherlock Holmes. Or, like, dumb. Nancy Drew.
No Sam Spade?
No, he wasn't on the list. I didn't even think of him. And then they had... Nancy Drew Hardy Boys. Oh, and then like Veronica Mars. Like there was not very many that we both knew. And so
But what about the team up of Batman and Scooby-Doo?
April O'Neil.
April O'Neil?
Should have been a choice. Because isn't she a reporter? Oh, she's a reporter, not a detective.
It depends on which universe you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because I think in the current run, she works at the lab.
Oh, okay. Like Flash, kind of?
Yeah.
Like he works in a criminal lab or whatever? Okay.
And she's not even a detective. She was just a
right.
scientist.
She's a lab geek. Yeah. I think that's what Flash does too. Yeah, there were not very many good choices, but I was like, Batman has to win something, and he would still probably lose to Howard the Duck, but I don't know. I don't know anything about Howard the Duck.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever you never even saw the movie?
Yeah, but I was a kid. I don't remember anything about it.
Dude, we gotta watch that movie. It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because, like, it seems silly, but, like, I remember him hopping up in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, he was in the background of the collector guy. And I vaguely remember, like, if we watch Howard the Duck, unlike the New Mutants, it'll pop back into my brain. It's like I know I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Yeah, we need to watch the New Mutants sometime.
Yeah, it was kind of mean of you to watch it without me.
Huh, yeah.
All right. So Howard the Duck got me thinking, all right, I want like just the weird oddball category. Like they should not be heroes, right? Like they just stumbled into it. So I don't know how to say her name, but the little girl from Spirited Away. The little girl that and then she saves the whole day, like her parents are pigs and it's like Chichiro or it's Chihiro. Chichiro. I don't know how to say her name.
Is that her name?
I don't know. That's what the internet said.
Huh.
And then I picked Bill and Ted.
Okay.
Because that one came up. Booster.
Because they're totally excellent.
Right. Booster Gold. Gambit.
Fuck Gambit.
Okay, so he's in fourth place.
Get him the fuck out of here.
I like Gambit.
No, fuck that guy.
I don't know anything about Gambit except for that he's from Louisiana and he was my favorite in the cartoon.
And I guess I apologize to Calypso if he ever watches this or listens to this. But
oh, is he a Gambit fan?
Yeah, he's a Gambit fan. I
know.
I was complaining about Rogue and Gambit because they have a comic out, and the cover of the most recent one has Rogue and Gambit beating up Black Panther.
Oh no.
And I'm like, this cover makes me so mad because these two suck, and T'Challa is awesome and doesn't suck. Well, he does. He sucks too, kind of, but in a different way. He's just kind of arrogant.
Yeah, I have a hard time with Black Panther
but
comics.
He's not a piece of shit. And,
no, he's really cool. I just don't understand him.
Yeah, he's not. He's not the reason that Carol Danvers didn't become an X-Man. And
is that Oh no, that's Rogue, right? Okay.
Rogue stole
her powers,
Carol
right?
Danvers' powers, put her in a coma. She finally gets out of it, and then she's like talking about becoming a member of the X-Men, and then they take in Rogue, the person that
stole her powers. What the fuck?
Fucked her up. And then you have Rogue, who's Gambit, who's responsible for the mutant massacre of the Morlocks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, fuck those two.
But then there's Booster Gold, who is wonderful.
Yeah, he's just a putz.
He is. He's such an idiot. And I like in the Batman one where he's all like, I got him a present. I made his parents not dead. And now
Yeah.
I gotta go kill his parents. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. I fucked up and
I tried
now
a thing. It didn't fucking work out. I
like,
gotta.
and he always has like these weird statements like in Heroes in Crisis, like at the very, very end, like towards the end, they're like resolving everything and he's all like, no, it's like this one time at my birthday. He's like, we don't need him to die. We just need a dead body. It's just like my birthday. It'll be fine. Let's go. And everybody's like, what?
There's more context to be had here. Please elaborate.
Right? Like, it's like, wait a minute. What? I thought it was funny. So I'm a big Booster Gold fan, especially like I read somewhere that him and the Blue Beetle like were together at some point and like one of the early gay DC characters. And I
Yeah.
was like, I want to find that because everything I've read, they're very much like that whole bromance thing, but they're not together.
Yeah.
It's like Harley and Ivy, they're just good friends. Like, no, there is obviously something behind the scenes going on, but we don't get to see it. And I want to find like the whole like older ones where they're together. And I read, okay, so do you remember that TV show? You only watched like 3 episodes before you decided it was not for you, but I made it all the way to like season 3, and then they brought in Constantine, and I haven't watched it. But like the one where they like go in the spaceship, and you've got like the White Canary, and you've got like the Atom, and yeah, and Rip Thorn.
Yeah.
Rip Thorn is Booster Gold's dad.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, so I found the one where they like lost Batman and had to go find him. They accidentally like erased Batman from history. And they're like, oops. And Booster had to go fix it.
So you were talking about like early DC gay couples.
Yeah,
Did you see that Rachel Pollack just died?
I did. I saw that.
Who had the first DC trans character
Yeah.
in one of the collections that we just got
Yeah.
not too long ago.
I know, it was really sad.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the character, but
Yeah, I haven't got there yet.
yeah, I'm not there either. I knew she existed and I knew who created the trans character, but that's it. I just know there's a trans character in that run and I haven't made it there yet.
Yeah. I'm still trying to, well, I'm slacking off on it, but I'm still trying to power through the Grant Morrison run.
Yeah.
So I can get to hers and then get back to the Gerard Way.
Yeah.
And then
There's so many. It's hard to get through them all.
I'm enjoying the new one so far.
Are ya?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I had a hard time with the last one that they just did, the last new run, and I just couldn't get into it. But it very heavily was like the ice cream truck guy.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get it, and I was so confused. And so I wanted to go back and start at the Grant Morrison run and see what they did.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah, and the kid raves about Jane. And
Yeah.
so I want to go back and see what Grant Morrison did with that and like read their run. And
She's
so
really not a huge part of the Gerard Way one.
Oh, I thought it was Grant Morrison that you had me reading.
Hmm?
Am I reading Gerard Way or Grant Morrison?
Gerard Way is the one that did the Young Animals run.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That had the Milk Wars.
Yeah, I just read Milk Wars. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it was
I was so
weird.
confused. But I didn't know who half the characters were.
And then they did the Weight of the Worlds, and now you have the new run.
Oh, okay.
Where Jane is actually the chief and running the team.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, one of her new personalities is the chief, which I'm assuming happened during the Lazarus Planet, but I didn't want to read that, so
yeah, I don't know.
They ended up with a new teammate, Beast Girl, who can like affect your lizard brain. Basically.
Oh yeah. You were telling me about it.
And then there's a new guy that they went and rescued, and now he's going to be part of the team. That is just a rage guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Fighter. And like originally I was trying to think like in terms of like brawler, right? Like so I picked like Rocky for TV and movie, right?
Okay.
And Rocky's gonna get his ass
And
handed
Marvel, it's going to be Guido, right?
to him. Well, okay, so I like looked a bunch of them up and everything's like Captain America. So poor Rocky's out. Like he's done. And then so I was like, okay, well if Captain America counts, then we're putting Big Barda in for DC.
Big Barda.
Big
yeah.
Barda. Hell yeah. And then I was like, all right, well, if it's Captain America and Big Barda, anime wise, we got to go with somebody that's got at least some power. So I picked Goku. Because he was on the list. And he was one
Yeah.
of the ones that was like at least a little bit more on the level of Big Barda instead of like, just some dude trying to fight like Rocky. Like Rocky's out, dude. We can all establish he's coming in fourth.
Poor Rocky.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I saw Captain America, I was like, yeah, Rocky's out.
So, oh man, who would win in a fight between Goku and Guido? You don't know who Guido is.
I don't.
Okay, so Guido's kind of like the Hulk.
Oh, okay.
How the Hulk he gets stronger the madder he gets.
Okay.
Guido like gets like bigger the
Okay.
more he's hit.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess Goku would just kick his ass because he just hit him a bunch of times until he couldn't move anymore.
Right.
Which I've seen happen in the books before. Never mind. I answered my own question.
All right, so Goku wins in that one. But could Goku beat Captain America? Or, like, Big Barda? Like, Captain America, I think, is out because I don't think he would fight. Like, I think it's the whole argument between Batman and Superman. Who would win? Batman, because Superman wouldn't fight. Like, he wouldn't let himself all out, right? So, like, is Captain America going to be the same? Like...
Because, yeah, if Captain America was fighting Goku, it'd have to be like a sparring or somebody manipulating one of them.
Right.
And then they would just fight for a while and then go have hamburgers or something.
Right. Big Barda would kick both their asses because she doesn't have that hang up.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I get to go. She was raised by, like, what is her name? Mother
Granny
something.
Goodness.
Granny Goodness, yeah. I wanted to say Mother Gothel, and I knew that wasn't right.
She would probably hold her own for a while.
Yeah.
Goku is just so OP.
Right.
It'd be like putting her against Saitama, the One Punch Man.
Right.
Of course he's going to win because he's the One Punch Man.
Right.
That's
I think she
stick.
could beat Captain America, though. For the whole, like, morality concept. Yeah,
Captain
because
America.
I think he would hesitate, and she would take advantage of that and kick his ass.
Well, yeah.
And she was raised by Granny Goodness, so...
Yeah. I think as far as people on that list, those two would be the most interesting fight.
Captain America and Big Barda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they would actually be on the same level.
Yeah. And then poor Rocky.
Poor Rocky.
Poor Rocky's done.
He's just doing his best.
Yeah.
Coming, Mick.
Right?
They took my head right off.
So then I got thinking, okay, what about old men? So, Batman from Dark Knight Returns, like old Batman,
Okay.
right? And then, like, the only old Marvel character I could find that had, like, a run was Old Man Wolverine. And I was like, crap. Well, that's instantly Batman's out.
But what about Cable?
Oh, I didn't think of Cable. He would still kick Batman's ass. Like, how much time does Batman get to prepare? Shut up. But
Okay, so Batman gets to prepare as much as he wants, but Cable still has
a
Grey
time
Hulk
machine and is done,
and
right?
He still has the space station.
Yeah, like Batman's done. Well, Batman has a space station too.
But can he call it from Earth?
Yeah.
And transport himself anywhere on Earth
Yes.
at any time?
Yes. And he
Really?
crashed it into Earth at one point, and like he couldn't beat the bad guy, so like he dropped the Justice League, like the Watchtower. He dropped it on the bad guy. So yeah, he
Oh,
can
okay.
teleport, and well, he can't teleport himself anywhere, but he can teleport himself to all of the teleportation places that Batman's hidden around the earth.
Oh, okay.
So yes, he can teleport himself anywhere. Billions and millions of dollars
Yeah,
means that
and Cable, he used to be able to just like
yeah.
The station would have to like calculate the coordinates or whatever, but yeah.
And Batman's instantaneous. So I
Yeah.
think that Batman might be able to beat Cable, maybe.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because my other pick is going to win and beat them all, and you probably already know who it is. But okay, so for anime, I picked Roshi.
Master Roshi.
Yeah, Master Roshi.
Oh my
Because
God.
fuck yeah, I want to see him fight Batman. I want to see Master Roshi fight Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
I would...
Is he fighting him as Jackie Chung
Yes.
or Master Roshi?
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care. Because it doesn't matter, because Uncle Iroh is going to kick all their asses.
Yeah. Oh man. Could Iroh take Roshi? Probably. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know that they would actually fight, though. I think they just like go for tea.
Maybe.
Right? Like, but I think Uncle Iroh could do it. One, he used to be a warlord, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he can shoot fire out of his fingers. Does Master Roshi have magical powers like that, or is it just like kung fu stuff, or like martial arts?
He's a master martial artist, and he's the first one that you see in the series do the Kamehameha.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I stand by Uncle Iroh.
And he has a oh crap. He has a baby camera.
Don't care. He's not Uncle Iroh.
But he's got a baby camera that he rides around on.
He's not Uncle Iroh.
Or I guess he only rode around on him once.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. It's Uncle Iroh. Okay. I don't know what exactly this category is, but I was like, okay, seeing all these names, I was like, all right, cop. And I don't know if I want you to rank them, like, who's more cop.
Sam and Twitch.
Yeah, who's more cop of the group or who could win in a cop fight. But
okay.
So for, it had to have Dredd. That's my, like, right?
Fucking Joe Dredd.
My anime choice is Bato.
Okay.
Okay, because I couldn't remember her name.
The Major.
Oh my god, really? That was it? I thought she had an actual name.
Yeah, Kusanagi.
Kusanagi. I could not remember her name at all, so I'm like, okay, Bato. But he's still my favorite in that show anyway.
Call her the Major.
Okay. The Punisher, which he's not really a cop anymore, but he used to be. And then
no, he was a soldier.
He was a cop in the one I'm reading. Sometimes he's a cop. Like, he was a cop in the movie too.
What movie?
One of the movies.
I think you're imagining things.
Okay. And then at one point Nightwing was a cop, but like I didn't want to put poor Commissioner Gordon against these people. And couldn't.
But he was Batman once, wasn't he?
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern?
He's a cop. He's a space cop.
So was Martian Manhunter was a detective.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that one. I just couldn't think of. I was like, Nightwing was a cop, but Bullock.
Bullock. I'm going to beat Rass as soon as I get some donuts.
With his stained tie. But like, if we're going, who's the most copy of the cops? It's definitely Dredd. He is the most cop of the group. He's a fascist. And then I'm thinking Bato is the least cop of the group.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. He does his job. And he's got a Tachikoma that he can use.
Right, but he's not like cop. He's cool.
Yeah.
like when you think most cop-like of the characters, like Dredd, Bato is like the opposite of Dredd.
He bends the rules, but he does cop work.
Well, yeah, but like not like a cop. He does cop work like a person.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Like he's more special forces.
Yeah.
And then poor Togusa gets to do all the
No, that poor
legwork.
guy. We should watch Ghost in the Shell. That's what we should watch tonight.
Okay, yeah, I just watched.
I know. I was
movies,
listening.
And we've got the comic right over there.
I know. I want to read it at some point. All right. Best animal.
Best animal?
Yeah. Who would win? So in anime, I have the Baron.
Howard the Duck.
I didn't mark him as an animal. Like, I didn't think about that because he was detective.
All right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I picked Lockjaw for Marvel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't think of any other animals. And that list was, like, really weird. Like, it was giving me odd stuff like Max, and that's not what I wanted for DC.
Marvel, you've got the Lockjaw, Lockheed, Jonathan.
Oh, my God, Jonathan. All right. So I have the Baron from The Cat Returns. I have Lockjaw. I have Crypto. And I have Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
What about Rain Sinclair?
I don't know who that is.
Because you didn't watch that movie from the New Mutants.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Oh, is that the bear?
No.
Yeah, see? I still don't remember watching that damn movie. I swear to God, you were lying to me.
Wait, is it Sinclair? Rain? Oh, now I don't remember her last name. It might be Sinclair, but I could be wrong too. She turns into a wolf.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anybody turning. I remember somebody turning into a bear.
No, there was a bear. There was a demon bear. That was an emanation of.
See, I haven't seen that movie.
Okay.
I don't know why nothing in that movie, like nothing, sticks out to me at all, except for there was a bear in it. And I swear to God, if I had watched it with you the first time, I would have remembered a giant bear. It's the only thing I remember of that movie.
Well, you don't remember the wolf girl now.
Well, no, but I would have remembered a giant bear.
Of course, you didn't.
I remembered there was a giant bear.
Not from the first time you watched it.
Well, that's what I mean, because I think I've only seen it the one time.
You've seen it twice. You've seen it like 1.5.
1.5. Yeah, I swear to God, I didn't watch that with you.
All right.
I don't know, whatever. Yeah, no memory of that movie. It's like my Queen of the Damned all over again.
Yeah, that one you just fell asleep in at the same point every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
So who's winning?
Who's winning? Okay, so what was the actual list? Because
the Baron, Lockjaw, Crypto, and Salem.
Crypto.
Superman's dog.
Oh, well, that's kind of unfair. He's a super-powered dog.
Okay, the cat that has the Green Lantern ring. The Red Lantern cat. Like, all of the animals in DC that have, like, any kind of power that aren't just a side character. Bat Cow. Bat Cow wins.
If you're going to throw Crypto in there, you gotta throw Throg.
Is Throg an actual animal?
Yeah, he's a frog.
Oh, okay.
Because Mjolnir chipped.
Oh, that's
and
right.
A piece of it fell and
well, I thought Lockjaw had powers. That's why I wasn't feeling.
He has
okay.
powers too.
Right.
He's a teleporter.
Oh, that's all his power is?
I believe so. Yeah.
So okay. So could Crypto lift Throg's Mjolnir?
I don't know. Could Superman lift Mjolnir?
I don't
know. Hulk lifted it, didn't he?
Yeah, but Hulk is incredibly pure. He is 100% pure emotion. That's all the Hulk is. Bruce Banner couldn't lift it, but the Hulk could.
Yeah. Superman is a good meaning guy.
Yeah, so he could probably lift it.
And he's super strong.
Right. Well, because it's not even necessarily about being strong, because like Captain America almost lifted it, and then in the comics, and then but like they were making fun of him because like one of the girls lifted it, like I think like Penny or something, or not. What was her name? Like Iron Man's girlfriend.
like penny pots or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think she freaking lifted it at one point.
Hmm.
But I don't remember. I don't know. I was like Googling it at one point, and like the list of characters that have actually lifted Molnir is actually a lot bigger than you would think it was.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty hefty list. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that one was silly. Okay,
Yeah.
a serious one. All
Okay.
right, these are elementals. Like, so for DC, Swamp Thing. Okay. For movie and TV, Aang. Ong.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, right. Let the hate mail come in. So Aang. For Marvel, I picked Storm because I couldn't think of anybody else who had like that elemental type. And then for anime, I picked Natsu.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think in terms of like, so like Swamp Thing is like the green, right? So like to have a counter to that would be Natsu with his fire. That's one of Swamp Thing's weaknesses is fire, right?
Yeah.
So like that at least kind of balances them out. And then you've got Aang that's got all of the elements, and then you have Storm that's like lightning and
Oh, so it's Aang in full avatar.
I don't know. I don't care. Or just a wind bender Aang. I don't care. I was just thinking in terms of trying to at least kind of make one seriously balanced.
Yeah.
Like
That would be a pretty good mashup. Yeah. Storm would be she's drawing on the same elemental as the other ones.
right.
But I think in a really serious battle, not really knowing the extent of what like Swamp Thing can do, I'd have to put my money on Aang.
Yeah. Swamp Thing can make things grow. So like he can make like a tree reach out and grab you. He can make the grass take you over. He can make like, and so if Aang has all 4 elements, right? Like he could probably bend the earth slightly. But I think that Swamp Thing could probably stop him from bending the earth.
Yeah, but he's also a firebender.
Right. And so he could light things on fire.
Yeah.
And that's one of Swamp Thing's weaknesses, I think. Because like Constantine will stand in like the green and he'll like flick his lighter, or like he'll threaten to flick out a cigarette on him, and then that like that's how he like gets Swamp Thing to do what he wants him to do. Like I don't know, but I think a lot of times like Swamp Thing pretends to hate Constantine and does a lot of things just to let him get away with it, and like to make him think he has the advantage. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to put my money on Aang.
I think so too.
Just being able to control all the elements.
Right, like he could take out Natsu's fire. And okay, so Aang gets first place. Who gets second? Who comes in next between Storm, Swamp, and Natsu?
Storm is strong, but I don't.
But see, she could hit Swamp Thing's stuff with lightning. She's got the wind coming through.
That'd be a pretty
if her and Natsu
good
teamed
battle.
up, right, against Swamp Thing, they could take him out together. Natsu gets the fire, she blows it towards his way, or distracts him with the lightning, or you know what I mean? Like, I think if those two teamed up, they could take Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know that either one of them could take. Like, I think they'd all be pretty well matched. Kind of just fighting until they're done.
Yeah, and then Swamp Thing would just have to be on a boat or something, and Natsu would be worthless because he can't be on vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anytime he's on a vehicle, he gets uncontrollably nauseous.
So all Storm have to do is pick him up in the air, fly him around a bit, and he's done.
That's different. She's not a vehicle.
Oh, I want his kind of motion sickness.
They address that in the story because he has Happy with him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
flies him around, and
I almost made Happy our animal for anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Toughest teen. And this is where I got Black Star. So, anime Black Star. Just regular Buffy. DC Damien. And Marvel, I had to pick Miles.
Okay.
I mean, you got Miss Marvel, but that's kind of mean compared to who the other people are. But, like,
Yeah.
but I mean, even Miles has got Spider-Man powers
Yeah, and he's got the stingy thing
and the zappy
too.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good for like teen.
But Damien is really, really angry.
Yeah.
And he was trained by assassins. So would Miles get close enough to use his zappy thing? Because he's got to touch
He
you.
also has the webs too, and is he? He's super strong too.
Yes,
right?
he
Like
is super
Peter
strong.
Parker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got metahuman strength, and he can hit you from a distance. And if he gets close to you, he can
Zap you.
zap
You're right.
you.
Yeah, Miles is kicking ass. Yeah. All right, last one. And I just did an absolute silly one.
Okay.
Who would win if all of the 80s cartoons fought together? So you got Optimus Prime.
Speed buggy.
You got He-Man.
Okay.
Donatello. And Darkwing Duck.
as much as I know you want to say Darkwing Duck.
Oh, he's losing so bad. He is so in last place. Like, I don't think Darkwing Duck could beat Cringer, okay?
Yeah.
Like, no, he's so not winning. But he had to be in there.
So Optimus Prime against
He-Man.
He-Man
Versus Donatello. I think
versus
Donatello, Optimus Prime. Donatello just turns off Optimus Prime. I mean, I know he's like an alien or whatever, but he's basically machines with machine type weaknesses, and that's Donatello's like superpower.
Yeah.
So I think Donatello could take Optimus Prime.
If he had enough people like distracting Optimus Prime.
And
maybe.
like, if you had asked me yesterday who would win between Donatello and He-Man, I'd say He-Man because he's so much stronger. But after watching He-Man with you the last couple days, like Donatello's got him off chasing somebody else. Like Donatello is
you
just
think
sitting.
You just outsmart him?
Oh, 100 fucking %. Donatello was like, no, you can't hit me. I couldn't possibly be the bad guy. He's over there. And He-Man be like, okay. And he would fucking leave because He-Man is a moron.
He is a himbo.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's a good point. Otherwise, strength for strength, the He-Man
would beat everybody. But He-Man's an idiot.
Yeah.
So Donatello would be like, look over there. And he'd be like, what? And then he's fallen off a cliff. Or he's trapped in a box.
But would he survive the cliff and come back and...
Probably, but then Donatello would fucking hide his sword. Like, do you know how many times He-Man changes in front of everybody? Like, they all know. It's like that weird theory that everybody knows who Superman is. They're just afraid to tell him. Everybody knows who He-Man is.
Yeah.
Donatello would figure it out in 5 seconds flat and hide the fucking sword.
And
or just say by the power of Grayskull himself.
Yeah. And if you're going by the cartoons, he's constantly just chucking his sword.
Right? Donatello would be like, mine now.
Thanks.
I mean, at this point, I think even Darkwing Duck could beat He-Man. I don't know. Darkwing Duck's kind of a moron, too.
Yeah, they'd both just be banging their heads on the walls or something.
Running around in circles around a tree trying to chase each other while Donatello and Optimus Prime are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, let's just go cruise the park.
Yeah, right? Like... But I just thought that one was too good not to. And now I want a cartoon where Donatello just spends all of his time outsmarting He-Man.
You want an 80s cartoon Battle Royale?
I do. Let's throw Jem in the mix.
Yeah.
And then she just gets smashed right away because she has no powers. She just starts singing and Optimus Prime runs her over.
Yeah, it'd be like that Clerks cartoon where
Yeah.
they just transform with the person inside. and
Oh,
they just
God.
kinda-
Yeah, that would be bad.
Huh. Yeah. Silly, silly, silly. But you got anything else?
No, that was my list.
Oh man. I'm not wearing my glasses. And all of a sudden it didn't matter until just now.
No. Well, it's late. Like I'm fading fast.
Oh no. Okay, so why did Star Wars come out 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3?
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
Because in charge of sequence Yoda was. Is that the one?
I love that joke so much. In charge of sequence. No. That is fucking hilarious.
All right. Join us next time when Jenn says...
Wait. Did you hear the one about the guy saying that George Lucas would roll him over in his grave if he knew what they were doing to Star Wars? And everybody's like, who the fuck married George Lucas?
Yeah.
That's why he's pissed. I said something.
All right. Join us next time when Jenn says that joke again. For some reason.
This is what happens when we record at midnight.
Not quite, but it's close enough. Good night, everybody.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd too.
In love with a nerd.